Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with the ESL India Premiership 2018 summer season Masters League. We got done with Clash Royale and all of this halabaloo, which has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented by Northern Gaming and ESL India, has now expanded into its second segment for the day. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is the next game, ladies and gentlemen. Two very interesting teams. In fact, one of them, I'm pretty, how would I say, couple of my close friends play for the other team. I'm talking about Malhar there. Anti-Rotenberg is kind of like my muh bola bhai, in a way of speaking. Shout out to you, Anti-Roten. Always shout out to you. So now, ladies and gentlemen, now that we know that Malhar is going to be playing today, let's understand who else is going to be joining us in this game. Invictus. In fact, while we're at it, let's take a look at Team Invictus first. Alrighty then, that's Ribby, Hunter and gang, their team Invictus for you guys. They currently reign supreme in the Masters League, don't they, Angie?
Yes, they actually as of now sit on the top of the leaderboard. They've played 7 games, won 6, lost 1 to Team Brutality. Other than that, yes, they do reign pretty supreme on the board.
They're top on the charts.
Yeah, they're top on the charts. Of course, they were undefeated till their last game, but after Team Brutality came over, they kind of took their first game of loss. But today they're going up against Team Malhar, who's also taken a loss to Brutality, Entity and to Easy. They sit 2-3 on the scoreboard, but are looking good. I mean, even though they sit 9th on the board, they're looking pretty strong. Indeed.
In fact, while we're at it, let's really take a look at Team Malhar first, and then let's get on ahead with the discussion. I'm pretty sure, Angie, me and our floor manager, Saik, who's also our DOP, we were having a moment here while the intro video was going on. So, Shailesh Dalvi, who plays for Malhar, though I'm on very good terms with the team there, I remember, I think it was the summer season, I think it was summer season LAN finale, which was held in Bombay last year. These folks had come in for their photo shoot. I don't know what came upon me. I was like, oh no, I want like snazzy photos, intro photos for you guys. So I just made Shailesh Dalvi do like, it was like very weird. And the way he did it was like such a weird pose. I think that Shailesh has never forgiven me for that. But again, Team Malhar, ladies and gentlemen, featuring Proud, Poker Rev, Blackhawk, Shabby and Andy Rotenberg. Earlier, this entire outfit belonged to Dare to Dream. Now they are Malhar. And the great thing is that this time around, the boys are not, like, the boys are doing good. The boys are fine.
Themselves.
The team's not hot. The team's not hot. In fact, while we're at it, let's bring out the standings. Let's get to know where each and every team stands. So, like we said, Invictus, top of the table, 6-1 the score line there for them. 18 points secure out of the 7 games played. Malhar is in the 9th position. They're 2 games short. They've won 2. They've lost 3. They've got 6 points. They are trying. They are literally on the cusp of either being relegated or being in the safe zone. Given the fact that they've played 5 games so far, they still have around a good amount of games lined up, which they can win.
You could also make it to the LAN finale. Looking at this score, I mean, they still have quite a lot of opportunities to make it to 12 and 15 points. And if they manage to do that, they could be the 3rd or the 4th team to make it. If SRA and Team Brutality or Portal Esports, as a matter of fact, start taking a few losses to their
In fact, yeah, since you mentioned that, I mean, I'm pretty interested to see, the fact is SRA has filled out their major quota of games. I'm very interested to see how IP5 to Easy, PES rally around, because these 3 teams have played 5 matches each. 2 out of those teams have managed to lose 2 games, whereas PES has managed to lose only 1. These teams have a great chance of toppling over the bottom rungs, because if you see Entity Gaming, they've lost 3 games. They've lost 1 game more than these chaps there. They've played 9 games. They've got 6 victories on the kitty. The throne which Entity Gaming, Team Brutality and SRA sit on is in danger if the other three, the 5th, 6th and 6th position, PES2 Easy and IP5, decide to topple them over.
Yeah.
This could be a game changer. We could see something, some sparks flying here. So, I mean, this could be pretty interesting. In fact, let's quickly head over to the map pick and veto and see what's in store for us. What?
Wow, it's going to be trade for the first time, I think, for us. There's no cash, there's no Mirage. Overpass is banned out. Nuke can cash. Wow, trade.
Nuke, Dust 2, Mirage banned out by Malhar. Cash, Overpass, Inferno banned out by Invictus. Leaves us with Train. This is the first ever time.
Yes.
The first time ever we see a Train in the summer season live stream of a CSGO match. This is going to be interesting. If Malhar wins this game against Invictus, this is going down in the history books.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So, well, in fact, while we're at it, let's give the viewers a little taste of how the map looks like. Let's quickly see what the map is all about.
Train. A classic reborn. Fast access to the middle area. Full smoke executions on either bomb site. This map has everything.
Well, again, after that Sasta David Attenborough version describing the map of Trains, let's quickly head into the game. I believe Aditya A.D. Shah is all ready with his Sobo Aditya A.D. Shah is ready with his Sobo swag. And of course, joining him with his little pinch of masala there is none other than our very own Archishman Fed Pradhan. So get Swifty brothers, let's take it to the game.
Thank you, Vagish and Zara. It is indeed time for Malhar versus Invictus. And we're going to see this game on Train, which is exciting because we've never seen Train played ever before today in the Premiership. We're in like 25 or 26 or almost 30 days of play into this tournament, but this is the first time we see Train, so I'm excited. I'll be your caster, Adi, and I am joined, as usual, by Fet, who has a lovely, sexy voice.
Does he now? Does he? But yeah, Train, I'm really excited to see this. Finally, no Inferno. Thank God. I was getting bored of watching Double Turtle setups on Inferno. And it's Train. It's an exciting map. It's one of my favorite maps. And we do see an outer take coming out. 4 players from Invictus on the outer bomb side. Ribby, first point of contact with Hunter. Does get the first kill. Ribby gets traded immediately. The 3-man push from Pop Dog. Alright, this is an unconventional setup. The Shadow not getting spotted by Manan. Manan spots out Proud. Bomb does get planted. Pasha just marking the push towards Connector. Shabby doing the same on the other side. But Shabby gets spotted. Gets tagged down to 56 points of health. And Pasha got it all to play with. In the meantime, Manan, he's trying to make his way. Hunter finds Proud. Manan spots out yet another player. That's Blackhawk towards Ivy. Shabby still taking the fight with Pasha Sahil. And Manan, he's going to train his sights on to Antidote. And Antidote is going to find a crucial kill. But Hunter, he's already found 2. Can he do more damage? The bomb is going to get defused, but Antidote is just going to decapitate Hunter. But Excali is there. And yeah, Excali, we get it. We get it. You're a baller. Praise GG on top of Antidote's rotting corpse. And with that, Invictus gets the first pistol round.
That was a very interesting setup by Invictus, by the way. That inner push and a couple of players in the ladder position as well. That was that retake, by the way, was won in the fact that Pasha Sahil won the fight against Shabby in the connector, because Pasha Sahil is the one who had the smoke, he had the kit, and if he was taken out by Shabby there, it would have been all over. So this is a good by him. But Hunter with a super general Molotov. But anyways, he does take a closer position at the ladder now, and yeah, I mean, that was actually a really nice retake coming in by Invictus on that pistol round.
And Excali, he's playing well, ramp close to in the inner bomb site. There's Blackhawk who's going to be making his way in. It's an interesting buy coming in from Malhar. Now, usually you don't see the force buy in the second round if you get the bomb down in the first time around. And Hunter, he's done a pretty decent amount of damage on a Proud. Gets Blackhawk, but Proud with the Kobe. And that's a 4v4, but PokerF and Proud have taken significant amount of damage. And Proud, he's going to be making his way out from Olaf. And look at that shot from Manan. But the immediate reply coming in from Antidote to Berg. But please be careful, Pasha Sahil atop of train 6 or green train. Whatever you call it. Well, he's going to wreak havoc way back here, putting the range of that M4 to great use. And in the blink of an eye, it's just Antidote left in a 1v3. Does have an AK and 31 points of health to work with, but no head armor. That could, spell a lot of trouble, because every weapon now is just a one-hit headshot from this point forward.
But he might just get fortunate enough and get into the bomb site, but nope, he won't. Excali's watching it like a hawk. And Invictus are going to pick up the anti-eco, and in fact, they're going to upgrade one of their SMGs to an AK-47 as well. So that buy by Malhar, I like it. I mean, I've seen quite a few teams do it nowadays. By the way, it's just to catch your opposition off guard. But Invictus, they were privy to those shenanigans, and I like these setups, by the way, coming in, because I've actually been talking so less because I've been looking at the setups by Invictus, and I like it. It seems standard, but it isn't really, because, you know, Hunter was close as well, and he's gonna go close Pop Dog again. Manan's gonna go close middle as well, and they just want to farm some money now. Hunter is gonna get the first frag onto Blackhawk. He's just Blackhawk crouching in, and then nade. Finally, the nades in Counter-Strike. It's like some update has patched the nades, because the last 4 or 5 days I've been looking at nades doing a lot of damage, and Manan does get another frag on that SMG onto Proud. And yeah, I mean, this is just a mop-up round, and hopefully for Invictus, a lot of those kills go to those SMGs so that they can farm up that cash.
That's very important that you build some bank, especially on the CT side. And you can see Ribby pushing up, and he's going to face a lot of traffic headed his way in just about a second. Careful. Oh, the bait and switch, but Ribby and Excali, they just mow everybody down. Unfortunate there for Ribby, he gets just 1 kill, and Excali finds 2 with the AK-47. I would think, you know, Invictus would want, like, the other thing to happen so that Ribby can make some money. But, well, all's well that ends well. Invictus, 3 flawless rounds almost. They do lose 2 players on the anti-eco, on the anti-force buy in the second round, but that's to be expected because Malhar did buy up all the way. And now it's going to be armor AK-47 and AK-47s and a smattering of utility coming out from Malhar, while Invictus can go in, as they say, balls deep with everything, except for Hunter, who will be wielding the big green gun and just a smoke. This is a very decent buy coming out from Invictus, actually. Getting the op onto Hunter as fast as possible is the best possible option for any team that Hunter's on, because this man with the zoom banger is an absolute phenom. He doesn't know when to quit, and he's almost always impactful when he has the AWP in his hands.
And I really think that was a great time to take a timeout by Malhar as well, because they need to discuss what's gonna happen. 3 rounds, it's kind of early days, but of course you do get to know some of the intricacies of the other team already. And Pasha Sahil, by the way, and Excali had pushed inner, but they get absolutely destroyed. And Excali, somehow, he's managed to sneak by Shabby. Is Shabby gonna check this? Doesn't look like it. Shabby's not gonna check this. Excali is gonna come around. And Excali is actually probably he's gonna ignore him. He's relayed the information. There is 1 player there, but it doesn't matter. But the hit now by Malhar is coming in at alley, at the green wall, the alley, whatever you want to call it. And Excali's position actually is kind of pointless now, because that backstab is a bit too late.
But this allows them to focus their attention towards Ivy Hunter with that AWP train. Excali would have said that teammate is completely empty, guys, most likely crossing towards CT spawn. There we go, Hunter finds 1 kill. And, well, Manan, I don't know why he's looking a bit confused right now.
No, Excali would have said, right, that there is 1 at inner, I've left him. So they actually now, they're trapped in between quite a few weird angles, and Manan does pick up Blackhawk as well. That's the C4 down as well. Antidote now needs to do something from this position, and Shabby is also trying to sneak in, but Hunter is gonna shoulder peek that and then put Antidote down. 3k already for the man, and Shabby's been heard out by Ribby as well. And no, he hasn't. I spoke too soon. The C4 is gonna get picked up by Shabby now. The best case scenario for him right now is a bomb plant. He's gonna spot out Ribby as well. He's gonna get the kill onto him, and now he's gonna go and stick that bomb plant. But he's gonna be taken down by Excali, who is at the highway position, whips the first bullet, but then sprays him down and denies that plant. And yeah, the 4th round coming in for Invictus, and it was a pretty clean round. 3 players staying alive, and Malhar's attack, it was a little disjointed. Even though they were aware of where Hunter's op was, no flashes for them to cross over to the inner bomb site. I did like that split attempt, but unfortunately for them, they just got picked off way too... Like, too many members of their team got picked off way too early.
And most importantly, that push from Excali, right? That gave them the information that Invictus needed to focus their attention towards the inner and, 1.6. And now Excali, he's going to be facing a lot of traffic headed his way. He needs to reposition and needs to do it quickly. Going to smoke off ramp, and he's going to play just by the close train. In the meantime, Antidote has snuck out, but just as I say that, Antidote getting put 6 feet under by Hunter's AWP. It's always a danger when Mr. Hunter is with the big green gun. And look at Manan, he's just happily mopping up them eco frags as they come by him one by one. He's like, thank you very much, just keep jumping to your demise. That nade, oh, okay, doesn't do much. Shabby still on 34 points of health. But this is gonna get dicey. 4v2 with nothing but an AK-47. Shabby does have armor to play with, but when you're going up against the AWP and that too on Hunt, look at that. Oh my god, that's like Shabby literally walking into death's welcoming arms. And now it's all down to Mr. Proud himself, the IGL, the captain of Malhar.
And again, the bomb plant will be the best case scenario for him, and he actually really needs to get that bomb down, but it doesn't look like Pasha Sal is going to allow that. Proud had to get one more frag before he could get the bomb done, and he was incapable of doing that. But the op on Hunter has been lost, and they have to make that massive investment of 4750 again, and that is going to bite into their bank a little bit. And in fact, Hunter's decided, I don't want to spend that much anymore, I'll just pick up their op or something. He picks up an M4 instead, and then he trades it. He takes his AK off of Pasha Sahal's hands. And Malhar now, they have everything they require going into this round. They have a lot of utility, they have the AWP, so I really hope we see some sort of execute coming in. And something different as well, because their slow, methodical, pick-based approach hasn't been working out, because Invictus has been winning out those duels.
Yeah, and Invictus' setup on their CT side, look at where Hunt... What? What the heck? How is Malhar allowing Invictus to get so much map control? That too on the CT side. Train is predominantly a CT sided map, but you shouldn't be allowing these kind of info pushes round after round. And look at the rotation just based off of the information that's coming in. Like, yeah, you have the full execute, but what's the point? You 3 players waiting for you and 2 on the flank headed your way in just about a second. You're gonna be pincered and put to death.
And Hunter now can hear the rotation back to the pop dog position. He's going to call it out to his team, and his team is going to completely rotate out of here. Hunter just being absolutely sneaky. He still runs down, gets Antidote. Pasha Sal in the meanwhile has picked up 2 frags of his own, and now it's left down to it's just down to Poker in a 1v4 situation, and a dream, and that dream is going to be denied by Manan. And it's another clean round for Invictus, by the way. The bank on them, there's 16,000 on Excali. There's 9,000 on Ribby. And in fact, the other 3 players are sitting sort of low, but it doesn't matter that much, because it's gonna be a sort of force buy round. Again, another round where Malhar is not gonna have all the utility possible. And this map pickup now, it looks a bit questionable, because Malhar has not been able to find even one weakness in the Invictus defense.
And I mean, I understand why Malhar went for this map. Invictus, I think, has a 55% win rate on Train, while they themselves have a 50% win rate on Train. So they just thought, hey, we know we can't beat them on Inferno and Mirage and Overpass, so what other map is left? Nuke, well, most likely the Cafe PCs can't run Nuke, so Train it is. And probably not the best choice, because it's clear that Invictus has been putting in quite a lot of time on Train. Their CT side looks scary at this point. That or Malhar's T side is just that impotent. But I'd like to give credit where credit is due, because I have been impressed by Malhar's CT side. And look at that! Look at the speed of these players. Oh, finally Blackhawk does get the trade, but
Pasha Sal overextending there as well. He got 2 frags. He did have to go in for the peak, but you know, the blood rushes into your head, and why not? And why not? The C4 is down, by the way, the pop dog position, so that's a very bad display for tongue twisted right now. That's a very bad deal for Malhar right now because yeah, now the C4 has actually been lost and they don't even want to go and recover it from the ladder position. Instead, Antidote's going to get a pick onto Hunter at alley, and Ribby, crowd jumps out. Ribby's not going to be able to do anything with that. Manan gets a frag, but it is down to a 2v2 now. All these team fights now, in fact, going in Malhar's favor, the 1v1 fights anyway.
Yeah, and like the thing is, Invictus kind of like letting their excitement get the better of them that round, overextending slightly at certain positions, getting a bit too overexcited. Like first was Pasha Sahil, second was I think it was Hunter over towards Bompton, but Manan taking a lot of damage. He should just fall back because that nade, it's gonna wreck him a new one. And there's Excali, and he's gonna whiff. Excali seems to be a bit off color today. He's not really landing his spray downs as effectively as we've known him to be able to hit his shots. And well, now because they have a very good bank on them, they can easily go for this buy and be comfortable with a decent amount of utility as well. But they need to be careful. Handing Malhar round after round and allowing them back into the game by shredding their own economy is not what Invictus would have had in mind when they would have picked this map. They wanted to get it done fast. They wanted to be decisive and actually send a message to the other team saying that, guys, you may think you're good, but you're just that much better. And look at where Proud is. Unchecked. Absolutely unchecked. He's just going to waltz right in, pick up 2 kills, secure heaven. And that's the outer bomb site more or less taken out of the control of the CTs. Hunter still trying to get a kill. He's going to find Antidote on the bomb plant. It's a 3v2. It's still doable. Shabby in the smoke does a lot of damage onto Hunter. He's down to 2 HP. Nothing really left on him. He's on his dying wish.
And M4A1S really biting Hunter right there. It was he just ran out of bullets, but he could have won that fight. But instead, Excali's gonna be Koref as well. This was a round of backstabs. Hunter's gonna get a frag, and he's gonna try to hightail it out of there from the alley position. And yeah, unfortunately, the AWP is not recoverable to him as well, and I'm not even sure that he can stay alive here. It's gonna be really close because that bomb radius just ticks over into alley, and nope, he is gonna be able to stay alive in this position. And yeah, I mean, 2 rounds on the trot for Malhar now, and that's great. I mean, they're gonna be happy with that. And I don't know, by Invictus, that was a massive breakdown of communication, by the way. Manan, especially after his bomb player died on the bomb site, he had no idea. He didn't even turn around or look at the bomb train. He was just looking at in the wrong direction, and Proud actually managed to get 2 backstabs with that random push of his. And of course, not sure that Malhar is going to be able to rely on those sort of plays round in, round out.
And Excali again playing a very dangerous game, having pushed up towards upper. That smoke is going to be a tell, and he's going to be caught looking the wrong direction, getting pushed by 3-4 different players. And the thing is, if you're the only player towards the inner bomb site, okay. Well, Shabby just toying with death, but Ribby missing the second shot, landing in the flames licking at his feet. Manan in the meantime, he's going to go pushing. Blackhawk should be careful. He's on the bomb train. He's not visible, but he's going to make himself known to his enemies, and Ribby is going to be able to pluck him. But that's a decoy. Blackhawk was the literal decoy, and look at this backstab of Shabby. Oh! Ribby still guts it in him, folks.
Yep, the big bamboozle coming out by Malhar there. The inner fake working to perfection. It's an outer bomb plant now, but it's down to a 2v3 for them. They had the man advantage, and all of a sudden Invictus is the one with the advantage now. But Invictus do have a kit, but no other utility to go back to fall back on. Ribby's going to tap the bomb. They're going to tap the bomb, but Ribby is going to be found out by Poker. Pasha Sahil does get anti, and Manan is going to cover his teammate. Pasha Sahil has the kit. He's going to get the defuse. And an unlikely round for Invictus to win, especially after Malhar playing that so well. That's going to be a little heartbreaking for them.
Yeah, and more importantly, right, Invictus do lose a lot of players, which means again they're going to be on a stretched buy. Their economy still will be teetering on the edge of being broken. But on the flip side, Malhar's money isn't looking all that great either. Apart from Poker F, everyone is basically broke. And yeah, it's going to be the standard Eastern European buy, the one AK-47, the hero AK-47 buy. And we've been seeing it quite often this time around in the ESL India Premiership, ever since it got made oh so famous during the previous majors. But doesn't matter. Ribby, he's gonna open things up by cracking Shabby like a nut. And, well, Proud is gonna reply with the frag onto Hunter. Even Stevens across the board, but Invictus definitely still with the weapons advantage. But I think Excali can get overwhelmed at the inner bomb site. He just has the UMP to work with. But it looks like Malhar are just re-evaluating their options and poking at different orifices on the map to try and get the best point of entry into either bomb site.
Yep, Malhar really needs to put that AK to work though on Pokeref. Pokeref right now way too passive with the only gun that can do damage basically. I know there are a couple of deagles and well, I'm wrong. The deagles do sing and Antidote does get a frag on a Pasha Sal, but Ribby is there for the trade. Antidote with another one deag onto Ribby, and Antidote, somebody stop him, because Invictus, you shouldn't be losing this round.
I swear that there should be no reason that you're losing this round, and also handing that AWP over to Antidote, that is huge.
That AK-47 finally coming to use. Manan getting taken down as well. Pokeref finally with a frag in the round, but the heavy lifting has been done by Antidote already, and Excali now is in a 1v3 situation. He's going to be spotted out by Antidote, and he's going to be re-peaked as well. 3 frags for the man in this round, a triple kill, and a free op for his troubles as well.
Well, and that's Invictus's money just being completely shattered, and they're going to be reduced. They're going to be clinging desperately to this force by 5 CZs. Now, generally it wouldn't scare me, but I've seen how Invictus wield these CZs, and my god, sometimes they're even more dangerous than rifles in their hands. Ribby, he's gonna go pushing towards Pop Dog, and he's
the
gonna
inner
make it.
push.
Yeah.
The inner push coming in, Excali gets taken down. Antidote again with 2 frags. He's gonna get traded out by Manan finally though. The trades are equal right now. It's a 3v3 situation. But Hunter has been taken down at the A bomb site. And all of a sudden, it's a 2v3 again for Invictus. And that surprise almost catching Malhar off guard. But it does look like they have adjusted well enough to this. And now they've slowed it down though. And they're not going in for the bomb plant as of now. The bomb has finally got to the site. Manan, he's gonna get taken down by Blackhawk. He's trying to stop that bomb plant. And Pokeref figuring out where Ribby is. And Ribby is just gonna get out of there. Probably try to pick up an AK and save it, because his team has no money and he has no hope to win this round anyway.
Yeah, it's like the best possible case that take that utility, take that armor into the next next round, as well as the AK-47. And do see a player pushing him. And that was an odd brain fart to have, and then Ribby got caught switching the knife between the knife and the gun, and Proud is just like, yeah, okay, if you're gonna be that callous with your life, I'ma just put you in your grave. Good night, Irene. And with that, Malhar move on to 4 rounds. Unlikely as it may look, it looks like Malhar has actually got some momentum going in their favor, because Invictus has to eco this. Malhar can move on to 5 rounds, and truth be told, 5 rounds on the T side of Train, quite doable on the Switch. Wouldn't you say so, Adi? Because it's such a CT-sided map. If you even have a semblance of a CT side, you can easily pull 10, 11 rounds on your CT side comfortably.
Yeah, I agree. Train is still one of those maps that is really CT-sided. But of course, good tactics can win you a game even from the T side. And I really want to see Hunter back on the op, by the way. I think that's the way Invictus get back into this, because he had the op, right, on the 4th round. But ever since he lost that op, he's been going for the M4, and his impact has completely dropped off. And even though he does sit at the top of the scoreboard, most of those frags came in the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, and more than just the op out onto Hunter, I'd like to see the double op coming out between Hunter and Ribby. Oh, what a shot! Crisp, clean headshot onto Excali. Ribby left all alone on the bomb site. Manan gonna go pushing the smoke. YOLO Leroy! And he's dead. He's dead. And Hunter left all alone with the P250. Now, as I was saying, Adi, I would really like to see the op out onto Hunter and Ribby, and let that double op setup sing for Invictus, because on the CD side on Train, the double op setup is one of the most viable. This is one of the most viable maps and the most viable sides for that double op setup to sing the songs of death and destruction. And I just hope that, you know, Invictus have the rounds to pull the economy together to put that into motion.
Yeah, but I do think that Invictus is going to go in for the bye in the next round, so that would probably make that would mean that there would be no op, and if there is an op, it would be on Ribby and he would be Glass Cannon. And actually, I don't think he can afford an op. No, he cannot. Yep, nobody on the CD side is going to be able to pick up an AWP. And Hunter surviving on 1 point of health, but unfortunately not able to sneak a frag away. But yeah, I mean, there you go. No op on the Invictus side because they just don't have the money for it. So now what they need to do instead is play a little aggressive because they're low on utility.
Yeah, the utility count is abysmal, and Ribby needs to be a bit passive because he is the one player with the kit, so he needs to make sure that he's alive till the end of the round in case the bomb does get planted. And Malhar seem to be favoring this inner bomb site. They've had the most success over towards the inner bomb site in terms of getting the early pick, but that has more to do with the fact that Invictus got a little bit overconfident and started pushing willy-nilly and paying for it with their lives. Aggression is good, unbridled aggression, not so much. There's a very old proverb in Hindi, Josh mein hosh kho baithna, and I think that's what happened to Invictus in the last couple of rounds that they've lost.
I mean, Malhar has demanded that respect from them as well now because in the start, Malhar wasn't bringing anything to the table, but now they have. And Invictus has now showed some respect as well. And Excali is going to get backed up by Manan as well, who's rotated over to the B bomb side. But this does look like the makings of a fake again, by the way. Because the C4 is still hanging around near Pop Dog.
Yeah, and the thing is, right now, Invictus' setup towards the outer bomb side makes them prey to the outer execute. Like, if the smokes come in, they're going to be behind the wall of smokes with only Ribby playing in front of it. And without any trade potential, that's going to be a little bit of trouble, but it doesn't matter because it looks like the hit is towards the inner bomb site, and Excali and Manan are going to hold strong. And there we go. Excali with the brace, Manan with the 3K. And that's as comfortable. Oh, just agreed for utility. Making the op just out of, taking the op just out of reach. That's going to be another round that Invictus have to play without the Zoom banger. And I don't know, rounds are running out. They need as many in the bank as possible because Malhar have already made their way to 5 rounds. Any more, and they're in the green, they're in the good when it comes to a T-side on train.
Yep, and Invictus there, not even, I don't think Manan or Excali were flashed even once by any of Malhar's flashes, by the way. It was, that full execute wasn't much of an execute if you don't have some good pop flashes to aid your entry fraggers into the B bomb site. And ooh, Excali, his feet are gonna be spotted by Shabby. He's gonna run back. He's not gonna waste that utility either though, and you could see now that Invictus is trying to hold on to their utility for as long as possible. And I like the bait setup towards the alley position as well. Pasha Sahil just sitting behind the server. He's going to get flashed in. Poker F completely white. Taken out by Pasha Sahil. Mid-round aggression. Done perfectly by Invictus. Ribby's going to get another frag as well from the Pop Dog. He's going to get a second onto Shabby through the smoke. Wow.
Yeah. Invictus finally turning it up a notch. Kicking it into 6th gear, and Malhar getting caught off guard. Look at Ribby though. He's just pushing. He's just YOLOing right now. He would have been heard out by the player and teammate. But Blackhawk finds Hunter. Antidote is just waiting around the corner, waiting patiently, gets the kill onto Ribby. It's a 3v2, but both the players on the T side are so very, very low. And look at Manan, he's just chilling on top of Bomb Train. I think finally he does get spotted out. With that pop flag, he's gonna get caught off guard, and somehow Malhar are pulling it back 1 kill at a time. Again, Invictus being a bit too cavalier, being a bit too casual, but finally Excali, he's like, enough is enough. Time to put a stop to this madness, but Blackhawk may just be able to get the bomb down. Takes it, goes around, and Pasha Sahil is like, just die already. And Excali is able to retrieve that op. Finally, he's able to retrieve that AWP. And for the final round, for Malhar, the money isn't that great. Poker F can drop an AK-47 onto a teammate, but it does look like it's going to be very light utility days indeed. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and 2 Molotovs is all they have for the final round, but at least they have 4 AKs and a Galil.
Yep, and Invictus again now in the driver's seat, and it was a good showing by Malhar on the T side, but just a couple of missteps and a couple of misplays and some great work by Invictus as well in dismantling that that attack. And Proud again runs out into the open and gets a quick frag onto Pasha Sahel. But he is finally traded out and he doesn't do any more damage. Hunter now, he did not spot Antidote there, and the call would have come in by Ribby as well, but all of a sudden, everyone's dead. Manan's dead as well, Ribby's been taken down as well, and all of a sudden Excali's in a 1v4, does get Blackhawk. It's down to a 1v3 now, and he really needs a kit as well, because the bomb is down. 40 seconds, my man, you gotta make it, you gotta haste, you gotta quicken the pace.
And I like what Excali did. He made a lot of sound going towards old bomb site, but he's doubled back towards connector. But they've got 3 players. They've got all points of entry covered, and Antidote is marking connector like a hawk. And Antidote is not gonna miss those. A kill served on a platter for him. He's gonna lap it up without any trouble whatsoever. And Antidote takes the final kill, the final round with a 3K, a 9-6 in favor of Invictus. 6 rounds on the T side, not too shabby for Malhar. For a map that they're not that comfortable with or don't play that frequently, this is not a bad T side by any stretch of the imagination. Now, all Malhar need to do is see off this pistol round, and then they have a very good window of opportunity back into this map and to actually tie up the scores and then see where and how the cookie crumbles from that point onwards.
Yep, and like you said as well earlier, right, that they're in the green now with the 6 rounds on the T side. They just need to show us a really good CD side now. And in fact, even a decent CD side would actually take them over the line in this, because yeah, I mean, like you said, 10 rounds on the T side, on the CD side, it's very, very doable. And Invictus, it does look like they're gonna go for a simple inner execute with a smoke and a couple of flashbangs. And Malhar has gambled on the A bomb side with 4 players stacked towards there, and they're playing the retake with no kit. Smoke does come in at the connector position. A pop flash as well. Shabby, his head is basically hanging on by a thread right now. Pasha Sahel and Excali pushing up so far ahead. Excali getting 1 frag. Pasha Sahel gets another as well. Pasha Sahel with 2 frags to his name. He's gonna get a 3rd. And that push was absolutely perfect. Proud now, taken down by Pasha Sahel as well. 4 frags in the round, pushing up, doing what you're supposed to do on Inferno, closing down the ranges so that the Glocks can sing.
And that was a bit of... It was just unfortunate that, you know, Invictus went for the full inner commit with just Shabby left there. And the rotation, while it was on time, it was just Pasha Sahel going beast mode. 4 kills for him on the pistol round, and Malhar, they really needed that pistol round, and unfortunately they won't be getting it. But Shabby now going for the early aggression up ramp, but you know, I think, yeah, Pasha's marking it like a hawk. He's marking that backstab from Shabby, and oh my god, he gets shot in the nether regions, the soft bits. Gonna get castrated. And Blackhawk now with the hand cannon, he's marking T-mid. Manan's still there. Got a Mac 10. He can just, you know, YOLO out and try and get a frag or 2. But he's going to be more judicious with his life. Ribby already taking a bit of damage. He's down to 21 health. So 5v3, there's no need to be cavalier at this point. Invictus, they can just play the numbers game. And that flashbang's not really going to bother Blackhawk, but it is going to afford Manan that window of opportunity to actually make his way out onto Olaf and do a lot of damage onto Blackhawk. But Blackhawk's Beagle is just a deadly weapon of mass destruction. He gets one. Proud in the meantime finds Ribby. Proud pulls out the USP, but this point, at this range, the USP against an armored opponent is as good as a water gun. And there's Pasha Sahel. Another 3K for him. Pasha Sahel is on fire.
Yep, it definitely looks like he does enjoy Train. And why wouldn't you? It's a beautiful map. I enjoy Train. And I enjoy watching Train as well. I'm so glad that we're getting to cast this, because it's a welcome change. And Malhar now is they're gonna go for a full eco. That forced buy really not working out for them, and I would like to see more teams actually going in for the double eco immediately after losing the pistol, because in the 4th round, in the gun round, you want all the utility you can get, and especially on Train you want that double op as well. So Antidote though sneaking his way in and getting the frag onto Manan, but Ribby does trade him. Antidote typing out an LOL as well. And yeah, of course, this is just a cleanup job now for Invictus. A lot of frags going to that rifle, unfortunately for them. Not the Mac 10's not really doing much, just one frag. And Shabby actually doesn't even want to go in for this for anything because he doesn't want to die to any one of those Mac 10's.
And there's just some nice banter being exchanged between the teams. I like it. I like it when teams take it in the right spirit, you know. There's not too much animosity, some friendly banter. It's always good. It's healthy, in my opinion. Tabby, he's just going to be admiring his default pistol. It is a glorious, gorgeous, pale-looking grey gun. And Shabby needs to be careful. Oh, Hunter comes out looking the wrong way. And, well, 12 rounds to Invictus. Malhar sitting at 6. This is not looking good for them. They're going to be having a fairly light buy. They do opt for a FAMAS so that they can get some utility into the hands of PokerF. They're going to go with 3 M4s, 1 glass cannon AWP on Antidote, and the 1 FAMAS on PokerF. This is going to be the make or break round for them. If they lose this, that's going to spell some really, really difficult times ahead for them. So hopefully they're able to hold on, batten down the hatchets, and fend off the enemies that are going to be knocking at their doors very, very soon.
Yep, and like I said, the buy coming in by Malhar really, really stretched. Barely any utility. I do like this setup though, but that flashbang, it's not going to affect anyone. Shabby is going to get taken down by a Mac 10 of all things. Now PokerF, well, fortunately for him, Invictus doesn't want to aggress just as of now. They're happy and content by taking the man advantage, and now, I mean, they have a boatload of utility on them, so they're probably going to do some sort of sexy execute onto the B bomb side.
I'm assuming and I'm hoping for a sexy execute. There we go. The smokes and the flashes come raining out. The players PokerF. Oh my God! He doesn't care if there's a smoke wall. It's a wall of smokes. It's not a literal wall. And Blackhawk and PokerF, the old guard from, you know, the good old days of Eternal Esports, they're just gonna lay waste to this attack. And now Excali's like, "Hey, meri team kahan gayi?" There were like 5 of you guys, and now it's just me. And Antidote's like, "Hi Excali, die Excali." And that's Malhar moving on to 7 rounds. This is very good for Malhar actually. They pick up their first gun round, upgrade to 2 AK-47s, and just at the cost of 1 player, and that is Shabby, which means that goes a long way to shore up their economy.
Yep, it's the start that Malhar required, and now they can buy up all that utility. Only Blackhawk missing a Molotov, but otherwise everyone has everything they want. And a couple of kits there as well, so there you go. Like, but yeah, of course, like, if they lose this round, their bank's gone. So this one's the really important one. You gotta string a few rounds together, and Invictus does look like they want to change up the pace a little bit. And yeah, the map control coming out by Invictus. It's just, I was wrong. They're not changing up the pace. They have slowed it down again. And I think we're going to see some action very soon at the Brown Halls. Dabby putting down the smoke, and he wants to stay aggressive, but finally he's going to give up that position of the map, thinking better of it, and ceding the position to Invictus. But Pasha Sahil getting the frag on a Proud. I'm surprised. Coming down the ladder, getting a frag like that? Huh.
I think they did that double stack where you sit on the other person's head and drop down ladder. That doesn't reset your aim. But in the meantime, Antidote and Blackhawk, they've just shut down this outer hit. 2 players have already been sacrificed to the gods above. But look at this push. Manan. Look at where Manan is. But Hunter, the bomb carrier, that's the game the player going put down. But Ribby, he's got to do a lot of work to do. He's got 2 players left to contend with and to get the bomb plant in. And Antidote with the AWP. This is not a man who should be trifled with when he's wielding the big green or the zoom banger or the sniper rifle or the Arctic Warfare police rifle, whatever you call it. He is just devastating with it. But Ribby, he's going to get the bomb plant down, but he needs to make sure that he doesn't get caught while crossing. Just gonna make his way to safety. PokerF in the meantime snuck his way in towards Brown Halls. He's gonna go down quite easily, and now it brings it down to a 1v1 Antidote versus Ribby.
Antidote unfortunately doesn't have a kit either, and Ribby has a Molotov as well. He can just throw that down onto the C4, and there you go, he's gonna do that. Antidote, he's just gonna pick up his op, he's gonna hightail it out of here. The round's been lost, he needs to save that AWP, and unfortunately for Malhar, they've been instantly reset. And by the way, Ribby, with a great 1v3 win. Experience counts. Experience.
Yeah, there is no substitute towards great experience, and that's just what Ribby brings to the table, is boatloads of experience. And he just showed you that, you know, even in his advancing age, like I do call him the grand old man of Indian CSGO, there are actually two grand old men of Indian CSGO, Ribby and Manan, in that team. The other three being quite literally fledglings in their age when compared to Manan and Ribby, and both of them have pulled their weight, and they have been pulling their weights since the start of the season. They contribute ever so greatly, but Antidote this time opening things up with the kill on Pasha. Proud gets the second kill. Proud gets the third kill. Proud is on a mission, and he is not going to stop Hunter. He's coming out, waltzing his way towards Proud, and Proud is going to lay waste to Hunter as well. He's going to switch it over to the AK-47, but now all that's remaining is Manan. We were just singing praises to him. Well, he dead. He dead. Antidote with a double kill, Proud with the triple. Full house of frags between these two boys from Kolkata, and Malhar still clinging to hopes in this game. 13-8 is the score in favor of Invictus. And Malhar now have a good opportunity to move on to at least 9 to 10 rounds, because Invictus's buy going into the next 2 rounds isn't going to be that great.
Yep, and Malhar, the force buy really working out for them. Antidote putting that op to work right in the start, and Proud with the only other rifle in that round managed to get 3 kills for himself as well. So that was good. That was well done by Malhar, and unfortunately for Invictus now, they are the ones who are forced back to an eco. They're the ones who've been reset. And Poker he's gonna miss a shot. And the double op setup, by the way, on Malhar, courtesy of Invictus, because the op was picked up by Poker. And it is just an eco round. A couple of upgraded pistols, a little bit of armor, 1 smoke and a flash. Probably Invictus just wants to get the bomb plant right now, and they'll be smooth. I mean, it'll be good for them because they do have the money. Other than Excali, everyone else does have some decent banks, so the bomb plant will go a long way for to help them get some utility in the next round.
Yeah, I mean, and Excali can just pick up the deagle and armor and then pick up an AK-47 from the body of one of his comrades. That's always an option. On the T side especially, because the economy is a lot more forgiving. But the smokes do come raining out, the Molotov gets put down, and Shabby does get 1 pick, but then there's the trade coming in instantly from Manan. Proud needs to be careful. He's going to hit the jump key. Why, oh why would you do that? And give this man of all people, Pasha Sahil, a rifle. He has been firing on all cylinders. And he's going to go pushing up. Antidote needs to be careful. Antidote's going to come peeking out. Oh, the barrel is going to get spotted, but Antidote... Wow. Antidote.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What? The bomb has gone outside. And Pasha, oh my god, gets his face absolutely wrecked. Blackhawk with those 7.62 bullets, absolutely unforgiving. But it looks like Invictus are on the verge of picking up a round that they have absolutely no business winning. 1v2, an op and a CC. An op on the Excali, that's always a dangerous prospect. And Excali, he's going to spot Blackhawk crossing over, and he's going to tag him as well. Blackhawk down to 61 points of health. And Blackhawk, he's like, how many angles do I check, fam? There's just too many, and I'm blind. And Hunter's going to peek out and be like, peekaboo, you're dead. And Invictus on a 14 rounds. How does Malhar lose that?
How does Antidote get knifed, by the way? So much was happening on the inner bomb site that I completely missed Excali knifing Antidote at the A bomb site. And again, at this point, it's almost BM by Excali in chat, by the way.
This is mutton.
Yeah, I have no idea why he said mutton. But anyway, Invictus picking up a 14th round off the back of on the back of nothing, by the way. Just 1 smoke, a flash, and a knife, actually. And Malhar, they're gonna force buy into this as well because they don't have any rounds to play with. They really need to win this round again and try to reset Invictus's economy. It's actually a very slow and measured approach, right? Coming in by both the teams on the T side. There's been so much dead space when the teams are just going for map control, and Malhar is in fact affording Invictus so much map control. They're not really, other than Pop Dog, they're not really playing aggressive anywhere else. They're very content in playing the sites, and Hunter does get a first frag onto Antidote, and Pasha Sahil will rip Proud's head off as well, and that's 2 defenders on the alley completely neutered, and it's a 5v3 now.
Yeah, and this is what Invictus has been doing time and time again. They're just prying open that defense, which is already so strong to begin with. But finally, Pokeref does pull a kill back and recovers the AK-47. But as he's trying to make his way to safety, Ribby is just gonna come like the harbinger of death and destruction and just reaps those heads, puts them on a platter and takes them home. But Shabby, good God, these Malhar kids, they're amazing with the FAMAS. You were saying something, you were talking smack about the FAMAS, Adi. Look at these guys. They've gotten more kills with the FAMAS than with real rifles.
And Ribby walking in through the smoke, by the way, and he will get a Shabby as well. Oh, the timing for Shabby is just absolutely unfortunate. He just wanted to save that AK-47, but he's going to be disallowed from doing so. And now Malhar have to force buy into the last round as well. Antidote somehow is going to be able to afford an M4, but 2 scouts and 2 pistols on the rest of his team, and barely any utility and no kits. It's going to be a very tough ask for Malhar to come back into this now. And yeah, I was talking smack about the FAMAS. It's because it's a terrible gun, but of course, any gun, even a USP, if wielded by the perfect player, is going to do a lot of damage.
Hey, now you're just backtracking. You need to stand firm. You need to say, no, FAMAS is still shit, no matter who's wielding it, be it Cole, Zera, Nico, Simple. The FAMAS is a piece of shit gun, and thou shalt not play with the FAMAS. Anyway, opening pick going towards Hunter, and the T's have already started streaming out, but Antidote gets 1 kill. Manan there to reply immediately. Ribby gets the line onto Proud, but Pasha Sahil is going to put him out of his misery. Blackhawk in the meantime, the Eagle gets a kill. Shabby picks up another kill, and now Pasha Sahil all alone in a 1v2. Shabby! He gets it! Both the players so very low, but somehow Shabby, like, they will not give up. Malhar showing some true grit, spirit and determination, and now the most dreaded buy coming out from Invictus. They're going to have 2 armor CZ players, or at least 1 armor CZ player. Come on.
No, it does look like they had enough in the kitty to go for AKs on everyone. So, and actually a lot of utility as well. So that buy, actually no, you're right. There is a deagle onto Manan. But yeah, I mean, still 4 AK-47s and a lot of utility. That's more than enough. I mean, they won a round off the back of just pistols. So I'm sure they'll be okay with this. Proud with the shotgun, walking up Pop Dog, but he gets spotted out and he's gonna run away. And the spam not working out as well for the Invictus players. But Proud, he's really playing with fire right now. He's dancing with death, but he now finally falls back. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. And Malhar, they have a chance now because that round, by the way, Blackhawk had 2 really important deagle kills. And that's what turned the game around. They turned the round around.
Now slowly but surely Invictus getting some IV control. Again, they've been very patient in establishing map control, but the thing is, the rounds that Malhar has won has been off the back of hero plays and multi-kills coming from the most unlikely positions and players. But Invictus, they've been very consistent in their approach. And again, they've worked their way up IV, they've penned the defenders into the outer bomb site, and now they're exposed from multiple angles. They need to be careful. Blackhawk on top of the green train is a very good position, but he's going to be blinded and he's going to get taken down. And Pasha Sahil, a one-man wrecking ball. He's just going to walk in and just decimate the opposition, and that's the game, folks. 16-9, it ends in the favor of Invictus. Adi, as always, it has been an absolute pleasure casting with you. So please do me the honor of the closing words.
Yep, Invictus there with a clean round in the final round. A clean take of the A bomb site, completely bamboozling Malhar. Half their players were completely blind the entire round when the hit came in. And that's Invictus showing us that they're great on train as well, and that they have put some hours into this. And that the other teams should be concerned about playing train against them. But anyways, more from the studio. We're going to go back to the studio where Vagish and Zera are waiting for you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership. What a match! What a match! Sadly, Malhar couldn't break through the Invictus defense there. Rather, should I say defense? offense in that point of point of matter there. But both teams played well. The final score 16-9 in favor of Team Invictus there. Victors, they are still retain the position in the top of the table.
And now they still sit with not 6 but 7 wins and 1 loss. And that is very good. Look at Invictus. I'm sure they're going to make it to the grand finale. That's going to be happening next time.
I don't know why. I had that deja vu is kind of a feeling that, okay, this time around maybe Malhar might do what a Brutality did.
Yeah.
So maybe, but let's take a look at the standings. We'll get to know so much more about how the league looks right now. And as we can see, the standings, Invictus is on top, and as we can also see, Malhar has now moved to the 10th position. They've lost their 9th spot.
It's a little risky looking at Malhar as of now. I mean, they got to still beat 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 if they want to see themselves in the grand finale.
I refuse to believe that ESL has gone above Malhar. I personally, like, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
I believe Malhar is better than ESL. So they can definitely do so much more. But for now, this is what the standing looks like. So much more hopes, so many hopes tied up with 2 Easy Gaming and Intensity Pune 5. Maybe they can change the tide of the matches whenever they face their opposition. But this is the standing so far. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick commercial break here. On the other side, we have a game of Dota. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.